Welcome to Leadership Ladder. Today, let's talk about unforgiving. Unforgiving is inability to forgive people of their wrongdoings. Is the ability to write every wrongdoings either in the tablet of your heart or in a diary for the purpose of dealing with the people or running away from them. As a matter of fact, let's call it for the purpose of finding the best escape route. Now, unforgiving has eaten deep in the fabrics of our society. Let's tell a story about Sandra, a very proactive young lady working in a firm. She was very hardworking. She does her job diligently and to the very high standard. But her colleagues at work and the manager hated her for this because they thought it was all eye service. And before you knew it, she began to pick offenses. She began to pick challenges with these people, and with the pressure and unforgiving spirit, she left the job. She left completely. Even at the apex of her career in the company, she left because she couldn't cope with seeing these guys that keep offending her every day. Now, fast forward. The CEO of the company was terminally ill and he eventually passed. At the funeral, Sandra was invited. On getting there, they decided to read the summary of what the CEO had already written concerning the company. And it was stated that Sandra was supposed to take over the company as the new CEO because the CEO, while he was alive, was looking and monitoring every step, and he was actually noting the diligence and hard work of Sandra. But before Sandra could land this great opportunity and fortune for his life, she walked away. Now, unforgiving is a demon that can cut short your blessing, even at the very point of you receiving it. Unforgiving is like a pregnancy that does not have a due or delivery date. Unforgiveness or unforgiving does more harm to you than the person that offends you. As a matter of fact, unforgiving keeps you in the same position whilst the people that have actually offended you are moving. Unforgiving has a lot to do with you than the other party. Do you know that you have the capacity to greet your fellow brethren or your fellow staff, but you don't have the capacity to force them to greet you. You have the capacity to do good to others, but you don't have the capacity to force them to do good to you. So what am I trying to say? The effect of unforgiving is burnout. The effect of unforgiving is stagnation. The effect of unforgiving is loneliness. Effect of unforgiving is short-lived success. Effect of unforgiving, let me shock you with this, is sickness. And it may actually lead to untimely death. Now, action point. How do I come out of unforgiving? Number one thing you need to do is to understand that to hear is woman, forgiveness is of God. As long as you are on this path of life, of eternity, you will offend people and people will offend you. Another thing you need to know is that offenses must come, but conflict and of how to resolve offenses is very important. And you also need to know that as people offend you, you also offend people. So what does that mean? Learn to forgive in advance. Learn to let go. The only thing I will say is to be cautious. If somebody keeps offending you, you might want to take a break from that kind of relationship. But before you do that, ensure that you have explored every aspect of reconciliation. Because so many times, our success, our greatness, our breakthrough are actually covered in some of the offenses that we are able to handle positively. So, I want you to look around. Who are the people you are still holding in your mind? Those who have done those terrible things to you. And because of those terrible things, they have something that can advance you, but you are not ready to go ask for it because they have offended you in the past. Why don't you let go of those offenses and go and ask for what you need so you can move on? Why don't you just let go of the past and build up the relationship again? Why don't you just let go of the past and go get that contract? Why don't you let go of the past and invite these people into what you are doing because you know they have what it takes to advance you? I'd like to submit to you as I close that you must learn to relate with people at their level. And don't pick offense if they are not matching up to your level, because men are in sizes and life is in phases. Thank you. Goodbye.